Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another Stock Kings YouTube video. And today we will be going over Castor Maritime Inc., ticker symbol CTRM. Now, we are going to be going over Castor Maritime's new acquisition into their fleet, and we'll also be going over some of the reasons that I think Castor Maritime has been decreasing within the last couple of weeks in their share price. So we have some very interesting things to go over with Castor Maritime, and if you have any interest in this stock, this is definitely something that you are going to want to stick around and hear more about. However, before we get into any of that, if you guys enjoy this content, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos. And I also am super close to 1,000 subscribers, guys, so thank you so much for all the support on this channel. It really means a lot to me. And also, I have my Webull linked down below, where if you sign up, put in $100, you can get 2 free stocks up to $1,800, guys. And in that process, I also get some free stocks as well. So if you're interested in supporting this channel, as well as getting some free money for yourselves, go ahead and use that Webull link down below. But with that being said, let's get right into this video. All right, guys, we are here on Castor Maritime Inc., the daily chart here on TradingView, and I just want to go over some of the recent price action so you can kind of get a better idea of where we are at with the stock price, and we'll also be hitting on some technical analysis a little later in the video to help you guys better manage your trades on CTRM. But getting right into this, what we saw is we saw a massive gap down from the stock price here at around 70 cents all the way down into this range at around 59 cents, and we have continued to plummet, creating support at around 45 cents, which we rejected off of, coming up and ending the day on Friday at around 50 cents. Now, this is a very volatile penny stock, so those of you that are looking to get into this, I just want you to be aware that this is very volatile and can move very quickly. So if you are not 100% that Castor Maritime is a long-term position on your portfolio, be very aware of putting your money into this stock, and only put money into the stock that you are willing to lose. However, with that being said, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, so everything I do and say on this channel is for entertainment and educational purposes only, and please do your own due diligence on this stock. However, this stock is severely discounted from the all-time highs that we saw a couple of weeks ago. So if you are long-term bullish on Castor Maritime Inc., these are some very good discounts for you guys to buy up more shares from, where we are hitting now lows at around 46 cents. So that was definitely a good time for you to get in on this stock. Some key things I wanted to point out as well on this chart is that we are trading still well below the 50 EMA, but we are heading very close to the 200 EMA, and that will be a very strong support line for us on this daily chart. As well as in the RSI, we are now into oversold territory. So we could be seeing the very lows of this stock here on this, but that is not guaranteed. However, this is something that we should keep our eyes on. Moving on to the first reason that I think this stock has been plummeting so severely is what we talked about in my last CTRM video, being their shelf offering. Now, this shelf offering is what they use to, raise some capital to then use it to help the company grow in the future. However, it is very dilutive to the shares. So what this means is it lowers your overall equity as they put more shares out to the public, but this raises capital for Castor Maritime to reinvest in the business. So this is a very long-term thing for Castor Maritime to do. So if you are long-term bullish, you like that decision that they made. However, if you are in this stock for the short term, I would recommend getting out now, because this could be dropping even further. So be very careful of that. But let's get right into this shelf offering over here. So we can see here, I have pulled up that this will be the use of proceeds that they will use, the revenue gained from this shelf offering that they did. So going in on this use of proceeds, they said, unless we specify otherwise in any prospectus supplement, we may use the net proceeds from the sale of securities offered by this prospectus for capital expenditures, working capital, to make vessel or other asset acquisitions, or for general corporate purposes, or a combination thereof. We will not receive any proceeds from sales or securities by any selling shareholder. So the key point in that is that they can use some of this money to increase their vessels on their overall fleet. And that is just what they have done very recently. Within the last couple of days, they have added a new ship to their fleet. And something else I wanted to point out is this is the best way for them to grow their business, as this is their main point of revenue, is these huge shipping fleets. The more ships that they have, the more revenue that they can make in the future. So this is definitely a good way for them to use some of their capital that they raised from this shelf offering. So if we go over here, we can get some more things about this new vessel acquisition. So this is straight from Castor Maritime. And we can see they are a diversified global shipping company, and they announced that it entered through a separate wholly owned subsidiary into an agreement to purchase a 2011 Japanese-built Panamax dry bulk carrier from an unaffiliated third party for a purchase of $18.48 million. The acquisition is expected to be consummated by taking delivery of the vessel within the second quarter of this year, as it is subject to the satisfaction of certain customary closing conditions. So we will be using or looking forward to them having this in the second quarter of 2021, just so you guys are aware of that. And we also have some words from the CEO, him saying, "We are pleased to announce our 9th vessel acquisition in 2021. With the addition of another Panamax dry bulk vessel to Castor's fleet, our focus remains on deploying our capital and growing our fleet through timely acquisitions of vessels across shipping segments." So this is something I really like from Castor, and I see it as the main way for them to grow their business as well, just like the CEO. This is the best way for them to keep increasing their revenues to what we saw from pre-pandemic times. So obviously this company was hit pretty harsh by these pandemic for their shipping, because it is hard to ship when a lot of countries have closed off their borders. However, with these things opening up and people releasing restrictions, they can now use these vessels to ship much more dry bulk. And now they are seizing this opportunity by adding to their fleet. What we saw in 2020 was them only having 3 different ships on their fleet. And now with this new acquisition, they have grown to 15 different ships. So we are seeing massive growth with Castor Maritime, and I am very, very bullish on this company. Another reason that I think CTRM has continued to decrease in their share price is their massive levels of short interest. So if we come over here, CTRM has a short volume ratio of 43%. And as we know, anything over 20% is considered unusually high. And if we continue down here a little bit further, we can see that for the most part, all of their short volume ratios has been over 20% in the most recent market data. So this is definitely something that you want to be aware about. And if you are wondering why, with all this good news of acquisitions and all, and them raising capital, this is contributing to them reducing their share price overall. This has kept the stock price down for CTRM, and it will continue to keep this down as long as these short volume ratios stay incredibly high. Now, obviously, we can never tell if this could be a possible short squeeze situation or not. However, with this being so unusually high, it definitely puts it as a candidate as a possible short squeeze, and is something that we should keep our eye on in the future. But let's get back to this chart on CTRM, and let's do some technical analysis on this and see how we can help manage our trades on CTRM. So we come back over here. This is what we are looking at on the daily for more longer term trades. Like we said before, we created support right around here at around 45 cents, 46 cents, and now we have rejected off of that to come up, and we closed the day at around 50 cents. Now what we'll be looking for is to continue moving up, rejecting off of the support we created here at 45 cents to retest this resistance at around 64 cents on the longer term trades. But we also need to look at some more shorter term trades. So let's check out the 30-minute chart as well, so we can get a look on some more shorter term confirmations and see where we're at going with that. So if we come over here, we can see that we are now getting very close to this 50 EMA and using it as a resistance. Also, like we talked about in our last CTRM video, we noticed that on the 30-minute, that we were heading into very, very oversold territory on the RSI. We could not even see the line on my chart. So we knew with that, we could definitely enter back into being a normal territory on the RSI, and that is what we saw. And you could definitely pick up some gains if you got in at around 45 cents, and you could have taken it all the way up to around 53 cents. So that would have been a great trade for those of you who are looking more at shorter term trades on CTRM. However, let's make some support and resistance lines to give you guys some key areas on CTRM. So we are definitely creating support at around 50 cents on these shorter term trades for the 30-minute chart here on CTRM. and I would like to use the 50 EMA as a resistance point that we'll be looking to continue upward. So if we do get a cross above the 50 EMA with a strong bullish candle on the 30-minute, that will show us that there is short-term bullish momentum to continue to the upside. And we will be looking to come up to our next point of resistance, which I found to be right around here at 56 cents, where we used previously as support. However, when we crossed it, we then used that as a resistance line. So in the short term, what we'll be looking for is for the price to come up above 51 cents, get a strong bullish confirmation, a candle close on the 30-minute chart, and that will be our entry point to get in on this trade. We will then be taking it up to 56 cents as our next resistance, being our first partial profit. From there, we will ensure gains by taking that first partial profit. We will be reducing our risk by moving our stop loss up just below supports, so we know if the stock price does decide to come back down, we will be taken out at a gain and be protecting our account in the process. From that point on, you can move your next take profit to around 63 cents, being the next resistance line, and continue that same process as price moves up. But that is all the information that I had for you guys today on CTRM Castor Maritime. If you enjoyed this video and you found value in this content, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with new videos, and I also have my Webull linked down below if you would be interested in that. But as always, guys, I hope you have an excellent day, get some gains in the market, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.